Well, hey, folks. I see we got a couple people in here. Terry, how you doing? Two Family Homesteads here.
Dang. Is Carrie sitting in her canoe or she's sitting in a chair?
I don't know. Carrie, are you in a canoe or a chair? Terry, Lone Star Living. And Do W. Greetings. Glad to have you here. So, everybody have a good week, I hope. Grandma Rose. Grandma Rose, you gonna be at the gathering next March? Growing Grass Hobby Farms. Papa Truck. Is that Juanita Haley? Michigan Mike? Watching, listening, and crocheting. Sounds like you got your hands full. What are you crocheting, Terry? Made by Heart Homestead. Well, hello, how are you this evening? Texas Rainforest.
Anybody want a dog?
Tell you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to see if I can increase the size of this just a little bit. Now maybe I can read it a little better. Grandma Rose, we are planning on pulling the camper down, so yeah, we have our reservation. It's sitting out here in the driveway.
Well, then I'll just delete what I just wrote.
Oh, you're crocheting a blanket. Bandana, good evening. Be right back. That's a quick trip. We stayed at, what was Best?
America's Best.
America's Best is where we stayed.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, we've done that the past 2 times we've been down there.
Definitely recommend it.
Yeah, it's a lot cheaper than the what is that other one?
I have no idea.
There's a name brand.
More highfalutin ones.
Yeah, highfalutin ones down there.
Rooms are clean. They had free breakfast. We could use the breakfast room to have our little after party.
Yeah. Yeah, that it worked out real nice, and of course, if we know people that are staying there, we may have an after party there anyway. Hard to say, but we may have it out at the campground too.
Better than Cookville's. Oh Lord!
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
Yes, it most certainly
I
is.
had to think Cookville. Yeah. Oh Lord, that hotel was ugh.
Yes.
Not that we have to worry, because we're not going back to that one.
Yeah, we won't be back there. Yeah, Pop Truck, it just took us just a second to you don't always remember the bad things. So. And I'm not saying it was bad. I mean, it was okay, but it certainly...
No, the Aldermans had their camper last year, and they stayed at the campground. I think the best hotel was the one Dana and Hannah stayed at. The one that was across the street.
Yeah.
Was it Ramada? I don't remember, but that one was decent. Old Mill Campground. Okay.
Where is Old Mill Campground? For the GAHC sounds like Great American Homesteading Conference. Oh, or is that Appalachian?
That's Appalachian.
Yeah.
Not going.
Yeah. We will not be back to the Appalachian Homestead Conference.
Nope.
Matter of fact, that weekend we will probably be at Baker Creek.
I have no idea. All I know is we won't be in Tennessee. Well, we may be in Tennessee, but not there.
Chris Wilson, good evening. Well, let me pull up.
Okay, Kim, I have to apologize. It just dawned on me who you were. Duh. Kim Farmer, Made by Heart Homestead. Remember, it said she's the one that came and took the picture of you and me with her at the truck.
Okay.
Before we left.
Yeah.
It took me a minute, because I've always called her Kim Farmer.
Papa Truck, yeah, it's going to be good to see you down in Wiggins again.
Hey, Chris, welcome.
Yes. Our deal here tonight is kind of loose knit, unless if I get some questions during the week via email about different things. People want to learn how to do different things, or any particular part on the editing. I can put together some subject matter, but I didn't get any this week. So I guess either we're good enough that nobody has any more questions, or maybe nobody made any videos. I don't know which. But so on a night like this, it's kind of loose knit, and I will bring Filmora over here, and we'll open it up. Is there anybody in the chat here now that's not familiar with Filmora? Now, the stuff we talk about is applicable to most any editing program. Sometimes the names are a little bit changed. Sometimes some programs have a little more features than others. But the reason that we chose Filmora for this Tuesday night thing is because it's relatively inexpensive. You can buy the program for a lifetime for $59.95, which doesn't even fill up my truck if it's approaching empty. So you can get you get paid support, you get all the free upgrades. They frequently have other free downloads available. Now, they do have different plans to get additional elements and overlays and theme packs and stuff like that, but you don't have to have any of that stuff. That's just all extra stuff.
Chris Wilson says you help people start their channel.
Okay, so anyway, we've got Filmora opened up here on the screen. Let's see what I got in here. What do you got? Well, that was from when we made, we'll just get rid of those. Now, when you're importing...
Your background music is still playing.
Is it too loud?
Finite World just wanted you to know.
Okay.
In case you didn't know that.
Yeah, I knew it, but I thought it was down soft enough it would keep everybody awake instead of my monotone voice just putting everybody to sleep. So, when you're importing videos into the program here, you can do multiple videos all at the same time, and or pictures. You can either click on an individual one, import them by themselves. If you want everything in that folder, you can just click on one and do a Control A, which will highlight the rest of them. You can hold down the Control key and click on as many as you want. And when you say open, they just simply come in. So the reason that I brought these in is on all three of these, I have a couple different things to show you. This first one, I'm going to bring Smudge in here first. And I'm going to put him on a picture-in-picture line. And the reason I'm doing that is you can see that Smudge has a white background. So we're going to use a feature in Filmora. It is in most editing programs. If the editing program costs anything at all, this feature is in there. And that's a green screen. Now, if you notice, there's no green anywhere on good old Smudge here. But if you go in here, it's called chroma key. A lot of them won't say green screen. Chroma key is probably technically the better term to use. So we'll click on that. It says current color is black. Well, that's not doing a thing. But if I move the mouse over on top of this little preview window, it turns into an eyedropper.
Terry's asking, will I lose my second window in my videos when I edit with Filmora? She uses her phone. You don't use a phone.
I can't answer that on a phone. When you say second window in my videos,
I'm just assuming, quote unquote, that she's using a phone.
Well,
I don't know.
Keep in mind that Filmora will never do anything to the original file. The original file will always remain, so you can, if you don't like what you created, you can always go right back to the very beginning. So it never messes up your original file. So back to the chroma key here. The mouse turns into an eyedropper when you bring it over the preview window. And when you click on it, it picks up whatever color that you're hovered over top of. So if I click on the white, you can see it just made it transparent. So if I would have picked on the brown, well, it's made parts of him transparent. Let's go to his nose. A little hard to see there. But you can see whatever color that you click on, it makes that color transparent. So for Smudge, we'd want him to be transparent like this. So now, if you have like a blue background, and I just brought a color down, you can see that I have now put Smudge as a picture-in-picture on top of a blue background and hidden the white background that was around the original file. Now it doesn't have to be a solid color background. We'll take that back off. We'll go back up here. And I will bring this one down. And I will bring smudge down as a picture-in-picture. We'll do the green screen again to get rid of the white. And I'm going to resize it to fit better on the video in the background.
No, Papa Truck, Daryl makes Smudge talk on an app on his phone. You don't hear Smudge talking in the background right now? Literally?
Okay. For those of you that would like to see Smudge talk, here you go.
Well, hey folks, while that's cooking, I had to sneak in here and just tell you, if you've never had Thrive Life, just hop on over to thrivelife.com/2familyhomestead and get you some. It's doggone good. Plus, it helps the channel. Thanks.
Yes, he's related to Mr. Ed.
So there's our commercial. We'll have to put that in about 4 times in an hour here, I think, so that we get people to buy some Thrive Life. It's good stuff, folks. It really is. Okay, so we're back in the editor here, and this is actually that same video that you just saw. I just put it up there for grins and giggles. I just put it on the white background so I didn't have to do too much else with the encoding here and creating special screens and all that kind of stuff. But we can also, let me just go grab a picture of his. With the video, the only way that I could stretch this out would be to increase the length of the video, which drops the tonal quality, and it would be a mess. So if I wanted him as a picture in there, I'm going to take him back out. And let me go get a picture of him. Now, we've used him so much that I have him already with the transparent background. Matter of fact, I think all of those are that way. But I showed you how to use the chroma key. We'll just grab this and let's go back up, and also we'll hold down the control key and we'll grab a microphone for him. So I'll bring those in. We'll bring Smudge down here. And because they were both highlighted, I brought them both. Take the microphone back out. And we'll put the microphone on a second picture-in-picture track. Now what you can do is just simply resize these to the size that you'd like to have. We'll make the microphone nice and tiny. And we'll get Smudge accordingly. Put him over here in the corner. Move the microphone right off, kind of beside him here. And by default, the pictures, as you import them into Filmora, show up for 5 seconds. So there's a couple of different ways you can increase that. You can highlight the picture that you want to change, and there's a little clock right here, and that is the duration of what you've clicked on. That clock will only show up on things that you can go in and change the time, static objects. So we click that up, it'll show here as a default of 5 seconds. The clock is divided into hours, minutes, seconds, and frames. So if I wanted to increase this to say 10 seconds, I can either highlight the 05 and simply type in 10, click OK, and you can see it doubled the size down here. Or you can also highlight the number you want to change and use the little arrow keys off here to the side. And I just ran it up to 20 and I'll say OK. So it's now a 20-second still image. Well, that's fine if you want to fit in little tiny things on the picture. But if I wanted that to be like a watermark for the entire video, let me move it right over to the start. And I'll move here to the end of that picture. I'm hoping that you can see that the mouse changed into almost like a capital I with two little arrows on it. Just hold your left mouse button down and you can stretch it out. Now, what I want to do is I want to go to the end of this video. I want it as a complete watermark for the whole thing. And when you get to the end of a clip on top, it's got kind of a forced ending here. Now it's almost, but not quite on the end. If we increase the timeline here, and you can stretch this out, to see individual frames. So that's about as close as we're going to get it without coming in here and trimming the video. But at this point, we have like a watermark throughout this entire video. And you do the same thing for the microphone. Now the reason the microphone is underneath Smudge is so that it appears on top of him in the picture. If these were reversed, Smudge would be on top of the microphone. You could not put the microphone in front of him. So as you're working down through this, the lower on the timeline piece you go here, the ones at the bottom always show over top of the ones above it. Now if we wanted to put, let's put an element in. Well, that's going to want to go in a picture-in-picture frame. And if you notice, it automatically created a new line for you. And then here's another. So when we started out, there was one picture-in-picture line. We now have 4. And this is just
That's half a cup of olive oil, half a cup of balsamic.
It's a very short little animated little emoji, I guess. And it's sizable. You can put it anywhere you wanted on the screen. If we want to do an overlay, well, those fall into a different line that doesn't appear down here. So let's say I wanted to do this, it's kind of a border. I'll bring it down here and it instantly opens up another line for you to drop this in. We'll stretch that out. Bring the time marker back over, and this has created a border then around your image, and it moves slightly.
Goodness gracious.
And there's a host of different, I'm going to say, border type pieces you can put on this. You can put one on that it's a little hard to see, but it creates like a film strip on each side, and those move. Some of the other overlays you can put in here, or things like this, and I'm kind of going to extremes here so that it maybe shows up a little better. This is just going to add some color, and the color moves.
4 large cloves of garlic chopped. Well, I'm cheating. It's already chopped. Minced garlic. 5 sprigs of fresh thyme.
Now, if you've watched a lot of our videos, you've seen where I've used this in places like this. Let me come back here toward the end of the video, and I'm going to do what's called a freeze frame. And what that does is where I'm at in the video, it takes a picture and inserts it into wherever you have the mark. So if we go back and just play this little short bit.
That's it. Told you it was a fast one.
And then it just freezes in that position. And then it'll pick up again after that. That was maybe a bad place to stick it in the middle of, so let me do it over here. Let's do a freeze frame. I'll back the time up a little bit so you can see the change. And just frozen in time. Now, because that's a picture, well, hey, you can make it any length of time you want. Again, default's 5 seconds, but I want a longer one, so I'm going to put 8 seconds in. And I'm going to put this this particular overlay on top of it. And we'll change that overlay to 8 seconds as well, so it matches. So now when this is played, and let's go a step further. We'll let me see. Okay. Get this centered. That's pretty good. It's a little hard to see those letters, so let's change that. And well, let's do it this way. We'll use a preset. And we'll want to make it bold. We'll say okay. So now when we play this little bit, And we'll go a step further here.
Okay, you need to hold on.
Okay.
David dear, part 1. I will have a more question for later in the lesson, I suppose it means. Let's say I have a 30-minute video. I just want to copy a bunch of scenes or segments and save them for later. I don't know if he has more to type or not.
Okay, I'll show you a good way to do that in just a moment here. So now what I'm going to do is, again, just to enhance this little freeze frame. I have no idea what music I'm grabbing here. I'm just grabbing one. If you notice on the screen, as I slide the music underneath, it will draw a line right where that starts. In other words, where there is a separation or a new piece of code, I guess, it will line it up for you. So now I want to make the music exactly the same size as still image. If I come back to this other piece where the split is, right where it goes back into, I click on that, it moves the bar right over to there. I highlight the music, reach up and grab my scissors and split it. Now I can take the rest of this music and I can delete it, move it aside, use it later, whatever I decide to do. So now, using this same piece of file.
It just sounds strange to me.
So now we've just taken a still picture, give it extraordinary color, put a title over top of it, added movement, and put music behind it. Again, just to grab attention. Yes, Susie, there is. Oh, well. Okay.
Yeah, answer.
Okay. So that's one way you can use a number of different things within the program here to enhance video. Now let's my computer needs to catch up. We're going to click the auto enhance. And we are going to see if we can make the picture a little better. See if there's a preset I can use here. There you go. I don't know how much this is showing up on your monitors there because doing the stream is not as, you don't get the definition on the stream like you do in doing it here. But it's made the picture considerably clearer. So let me get back to who was it had the question about segments?
David. He had a part 1 and then a part 2. Part 2, I have the free version, but it seemed like it was difficult to figure out how to copy a few seconds to save as a clip to use it in another video.
Okay. couple different ways you can do that. If you do it in the full editor, as we have right here, and let me do it this way. I'll just close this project out, not save anything. Okay, so here I have a video file that's, well, it's just short of 12 minutes, or right at about 12 minutes. If I want, and I'm going to oversimplify this, but if I just want the first 4 minutes of this file at 3:59:06, and I can move it by frame. So if I want the first 4 minutes, I would cut this. I would take what I didn't want and delete it. I would export it as a new video file for this 4 minutes. That takes some time to do it like that. So here's a better way to do it. I don't think I can get to it without restarting the program. Let me just look real quick here. Now, so I'm going to close the program, and we'll relaunch it. Okay, when you're at this menu screen, when you start Filmora, you have a choice of different things to start here. You can start a full feature mode, which is what you're going to do 99% of the time. Easy mode, if you have a bunch of pictures you want to throw together into some sort of a collage type thing, or just make something out of it, it's good for that. Instant Cutter is the tool you want to use. If you click on Instant Cutter, and then you click on Open File, or just drag a file into this, I will go get that file here. Okay. With Instant Cutter, if I just want the first 4 minutes of this video, I'm going to leave it start right at the beginning. That's what I would have done in the other program. I'll come back here to the tail end, and I'm going to bring this back so that I only have about 4 minutes. 4 minutes, 2 seconds is close enough. So I now have, in between these brackets, I have the first 4 minutes of this video. So I'm going to say export. And let's go, I'm going to put it right back into the same same folder that I got it out of. And after it's finished, I'm going to say open the output folder. So it's back in the same folder. You notice I did not give it any name or anything like that. I'll just click OK. In that fast, we have the first 4 minutes as a video file of this other video ready to use. Okay, now if I want something later on in the video, again, I can move these wherever I want to move them. And whatever is in between the brackets, that's the part that I'm going to actually create a new video file. It just does it so fast. So now this one starts at 8:15, 2 frames, and it's going to finish at 10:49 and 15 frames. But I decided with this, like playing it,
Kitchen tones.
that's where I'm going to want to put it. Now, if I wanted to alter this just a little bit, let me back up. I'm going to play this to where I want to start
Hold it off of there.
the video, or where I
Salt
want
and pepper.
to start
That's
pulling
it,
this
like I
out.
said. I don't.
And I'm going to say right here, this little indicator will set it at that point. Just moves it right to that point. Now I can play it again further.
Spicy mustard. Not sure I would use it.
And I'm going to speed it up here just a little bit, just to make it clearer and show. But I'm going to play to this point. That's all the further I want to go. I can come over to this side, click that. I now have this section that I'm going to create a video out of. So I'll say export. You notice it's the same folder. I have nothing here to give it any kind of name or anything like that. It's quick and dirty. We'll say okay. It has now created another video file. And if you notice, it increments. This one has a 2 behind it. But this is ready to go. We'll minimize that. And we'll do it one more time here.
You can switch various things.
Okay, I want that to be where I'm going to start. So I'll click that.
Then to this, we just add a steak.
And I'm going to want it to stop right there. So I'll click this. I'll export that little tiny piece.
Is there a way to watch a 2-hour video and set markers to go back and copy what I need to extract from the original video?
Okay, let's back up here for just a moment, and I'll get to that question here in just a second. So now what this has done, if you notice, it has a little 3. This is an 11-second clip. And this one is 1 minute 39 seconds. This one is 4 minutes 2 seconds. And the original clip is 12 minutes and 5 seconds. So I've created these 3 pieces out of this original. Never hurt the original. I don't know. In Fillmore, I'm going to say the answer to that is no. You can't take a video file and like mark it to go back. You have to, in this case, you would bring the file into here, and you can do like I showed you, and decide I want this piece, cut it out, go to the next piece, cut it out, and then because it's very fast, it doesn't take any time really, and you can overlap what you previously cut out. If I wanted to go back, just for example here, I already took the first 4 minutes out of this clip, but now I want this piece, I can just export it. And there it is. So it hasn't hurt anything at all. You can also merge files together with this program.
What you showed will do just what I need. Thank you for answering my questions.
Great. Yeah, I don't know of any way you can grab a video and mark it and then come back to it. But this instant cutter is a great tool for taking long videos and cutting them down to size so you got something nice to work with. When you get out of that, you're right back to this menu page. You can go into full feature mode. Go back up to whatever album you have. Here we go. There it is. Now I want to go grab those other little pieces that I had.
Okay, Bandana's asking, is it possible to pull up someone else's video to save a clip? Like Mike Pratt had our little anniversary party on his HOA conference video.
Sure. The easiest way to do that, Bandana, is to download that video from YouTube. Or whatever other source you have. Let me grab these because we'll do a little playing with those here in a moment.
And Grandma Rose has a question also.
All right, let me get to Grandma Rose's question.
To mark clips, couldn't you just add colored markers from the media file in the PIP line under the stretch you want to save, and then save as a project instead of exporting? That was all Greek to me.
Well, you can do that. You can save it as a project. The problem is, the project is kind of fluid. So if you make another change, you may not get what you want. And if you have a very long video file, that takes a lot of resources on your computer, on the hardware you're editing on. It's much easier to do little bits and pieces. If you know those are the pieces you're going to want to splice those together. If you just take a couple minutes and cut those pieces out of a long running clip, you're much further ahead. Now, in answer to the question about, let me bring this up. I guess it helps one type in there. Okay.
Crazy days.
I'm going into Bandana's channel here because I know she won't care if I just use her as examples. Let's
Well, it was Mike Pratt's video that she's talking about when they did the...
Well, I could go into Pratt's. I'm sure Mike wouldn't care.
Yeah.
Is it the, well, that was their live stream.
No, this was an HOA video from the conference.
Okay.
It's when they did their little thing after, I think it was Friday night, Thursday or Friday night, after it was all done.
Okay, well, it would have maybe been this one. Susie, can you tell me which video it was that you had in mind? Was it the Day 2, Homesteaders of America, Day 2? Day 1. Day 1, you think? Okay. So I'm going to open this up. And the only reason I even opened this up was to get the entire URL of the video information. So I'm going to highlight that and I'm going to copy it. Control C will copy that, or you can do a right click copy. I have a program called 4K Video Downloader. This is it doesn't cost you anything. It's a free program. So if you copy the link, if you don't want advertisements, you can pay for it, but I'll take the advertisements. You just paste the link into here, and this will come in and it will parse that video and give you a choice of low resolution, normal quality, 240p, 360p, high quality 480p, high definition 720p, or even 1080p, depending upon what the person actually created that video in. So obviously they created it in a 1080p because it's got everything underneath it.
Well, that looks good. What is it? I'm hungry, can you tell?
All right.
It's an advertisement.
You can change where you want it to go, but I use this as a default, as a catch-all for when I'm downloading videos. And there's no reason that I have found to go over normal quality. I suppose if you were going to display this on a big screen TV, or if you were going to project it in a large format, then you want to start going into your high definition and stuff. To show you what it looks like, I'm going to go ahead and just do the normal quality. We're going to download it. And it's estimating that it's going to take, 20 seconds to download? No, maybe a minute. I don't know. While it's downloading, we'll go ahead and do something else. I've grabbed the video now. I'm going to close the browser here. And Susie, I'm going to show you just how easy it is to get that piece out of this video that you would like to have. Just download the whole video. It really doesn't take all that long if you have not a half-bad internet connection. It's taken me longer here because I have all this other stuff running right now. While it's finishing downloading, let me go back. And restart Filmora. Yeah, well, I didn't want to do that. Doggone it. I'm so used to just... I wish they had a way to go back to those, but I don't know any way to do it. Nah, Close it, reopen it. Sorry, I got carried away. We'll go to Instant Cutter. I think I can make this bigger for you all to see. Sure, I can. Here we go. I'm going to open that file that we just downloaded. Now, right there's the video we just downloaded. I'll bring that in. And I'm going to move the timeline marker, fly through this video. Obviously, this is part of what you'd like to maybe have. Here we go. Let me go back a few more frames. All right, I'm just going to start it there. So I'm going to bring this over. I don't know if you want it all the way to the end or not. But again, I'm just kind of showing you here.
David Deere said, I had trouble using 4K video downloader to work on YouTube live streams. Resorted to OBS, but of course that's a lot slower.
That is a lot slower. I've not ever tried to download a live stream, so I guess I can't speak to that. All right, I'm just going to take this last section. It's going to be from, looks like it's going to be about 2.5 minutes. It starts at 17:34:29 and ends at 20:06:15. I'm going to export it.
Crazy, Wanda wants to know, what is 4K video downloader for live streams? I don't think she was in the room yet when you...
Okay, the 4K video downloader is a program that I use to grab videos off of YouTube, if they're not mine. In other words, when we do the Monday Night Live, and I grab clips and stuff from whoever we're going to have as a guest, that's where I use this 4K video downloader. It's a free program. They have a paid version if you don't want to see advertisements on it. But I just bring it up and I grab whatever videos I want to get and bring them down, and I cut pieces out of them and put together that little promo. So I'm gonna dump this into the same files what we did before. As you all saw, it does not hurt this file in any way. I'm just grabbing a piece of it. So I'm gonna say, okay, it's done. It's done already. And let me minimize that. I'll close this back up. We'll go back into the full feature mode. And I'm going to import that piece we just cut. And bring it in. And there it is.
Yeah! Let me take my nom hat off.
David Deere says, Mr. Darrell, it's been related to him.
50 years! Woo-hoo!
Just an FYI.
What's that?
DaVinci Resolve will not natively work with the FLV files. Cost us $400. Filmora easily works with FLV files and costs $60. DaVinci does not like my low-end laptop, as does Filmora. And he laughed.
No, so you're having problems running Filmora on your laptop? Editing videos can be pretty intense, but especially if you want to start working with 2-hour videos and cutting pieces out of it. Well, good evening, folks. We have a upcoming guest in the room here. Stony Ridge Farmer's gonna be our guest on November 19th. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, David, it also depends on how old your laptop is and how full it is. Daryl's been having problems lately, and I think he's going to have to get an external hard drive. Well,
I need more computer than what I have for everything I do. But anyway, Susie, here is that's how quick it is.
Stony Ridge, should I tell you what I used to edit? Sure, let us know.
Absolutely.
I love that. The Toasted Rabbit. God, I'm glad Toasted Rabbit wasn't in here when we were talking about s'mores.
S'mores?
I like that name, Toasted Rabbit. Oh, he said Filmora works great on his laptop. Okay.
Good.
Just read that wrong.
So, Susie, does this answer your question and show you a quick way to do that? Or do you want me to somehow cut this little piece out and send it to you? You can do it. Practical Modern Homestead, good evening.
Angela's been in here.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't see the chat that well.
Yeah, no, she's just been quiet. We were chatting a little bit about her foraging 10 pounds of mushrooms.
Okay, Stony Ridge, what are you using to edit?
See, toasted, we were just talking about toasted marshmallows. That was so funny. David, ask as many questions as you want. That's what Daryl does. That's what Daryl started this
That's the whole reason we're here.
night for. I can't think what I use.
That's the whole reason we're here on Tuesday nights, is for people that have questions. If we can help them, we will do so. I don't know everything. I'm not an expert, but I've been around it for a while, so I've got probably a better than average background in it.
Yeah, his father was an engineer. Does that tell you anything? Rose is going off to eat. Are you going to finish off those marshmallows, Rose? She said to tell you thanks so much, and she's giving you hugs.
Oh, I see we got
Tonight has been really helpful.
I see we got a comment on the screaming spider thing.
I don't know what you're talking
The
about.
latest video that you released, where I got the spider off the microphone, and it screamed as I squished it.
I don't even remember. Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't. I sure don't need $1,000 program to be successful. That's true.
No.
So what do you use, Stony Ridge? Or did I miss it?
No, I didn't see what you said.
No, I don't think so. Is there a way to put an irregular shaped mask over a video that I want to blank out certain things?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Like a banner or something? Would that be like?
Well, there's a couple different ways to do that.
Well, we did miss it. Well, then I'm going to scroll back up. Oh, I didn't see it. Should I tell you what I should use? Then he went,
One of the things you can do is you can apply. I can't make this bigger. You can cover an area. with a mosaic design. What it's doing is it's pixelizing the picture. So you can do it just a little bit, or you can make it, block it clear out. So that's one thing you can do with this. We'll uncheck that. They also have, and these get a little strange, but and this will follow the face around. It's picked out Susie's face, and you can kind of test it here.
Let me take my mom hat off. And Nick are celebrating 50 years of marriage.
50 years!
That's the easiest way for me to know about swear words.
So that's a couple different things you can do.
Yeah, David says, for example, a YouTube live stream, it just needs several blackout spots that are not connected.
They also have a tile shift. This is where it takes the side frames out of focus. You can go as narrow as you want.
Okay, it's tracking. Yes, thanks. Okay, you got David. That's, I guess that's what he wanted.
All right.
And then, Angela, what's the easiest way for me to bleep out swear words? You take out the clips.
Frequently, you can actually cut it out of the sound. Again, let me see if I can show a quick example here.
Now, Nick, there's your cake.
Put together for us.
All right. She just said, "There's your cake." We're going to pretend she said something else.
David says, "You're the Filmora
There's your
man."
cake.
Is that like the Marshmallow Man and Ghostbusters?
If you come in and go right before,
Nick,
Stony Ridge says, "Thought I'd stop in and say hello. I clip it and cut out sound so it skips a blink of sound. Nobody ever notices." That's pretty much what Daryl does.
exactly, and that's
That's what he's showing.
just what I was showing here. Clip the video before,
there's your cake.
and then clip the video right after. And stretch this out so it's easier to see that I actually have a very short section here. I can go into this little section, just highlight it, and mute it.
It's put together for us. I was going to say, you're asking gravity.
So that's a quick, easy, dirty way to do it. Now you can also do a voiceover. There's all right. Well, you know, it's after 8.
It's after 8. It was after 8 when you started, Daryl.
It's after 9. All right. I'm being abused.
Okay. Stony Ridge says, "Okay, let's spark discussion. What's that program?"
This is Filmora. When YouTube did away with their editor,
Yeah, which I could handle.
a lot of people panicked.
They had meltdowns.
There were some free things out there. There was Movie Maker, and
I met many successful YouTubers that spent way more time in editing than me, like 5 hours per video. Oh yeah, some of them still do.
oh, absolutely they do. That's not a necessity to get the views necessarily. Content is king. There's no question about that. Along with catchy titles and subliminal messages and all this other stuff, or just become trending on YouTube like Stony has done. I still go back and look at you talking about some of those. Yeah, it has good points and bad points. Obviously, the good outweigh the bad. But in Angela or Charlie, I don't know who's...
It's Angela.
Okay, Angela, I certainly understand, and learning always takes longer. Learning always takes longer.
I'm within about 2.5 to 3.5 hours with Power Director. I use only 3 fingers per hand, roll through it without all those clicks. I think that program looks difficult.
Power Director is a lot more intensive program than this is. And I can say that because I use it. I have it. So I usually use Power Director for any multiple camera scenes. Filmora to me is very quick and easy to use. Do a lot of things with it. Has a nice selection of basic tools that you need to make it neat, I guess is the best way to put it. Let me get rid of this stuff off the timeline here. I got one other thing I wanted to show here.
Filmora free.
Filmora, okay. You can download it and use it free.
But it has a watermark.
But it has a watermark on it. You can buy the program, which eliminates the watermark, for 1 year for $40. Or you can spend $60 and have it for a lifetime.
And get all the free updates.
And you get all the free updates. You get everything that they do. Plus, you get support. If you have a problem, they have a team that works on it. And let's face it, in the world of computers, there are problems from time to time. So, I looked at it this way. It cost me $60 to fill up my gas tank. So I spent a tank of gas on buying this program. Actually, I didn't, because when I bought it, it was
cheaper.
Yeah, it was cheaper. I think it was only $50.
Wanda says she spends 2 to 3 hours on some videos and 15 to 20 minutes on some. Porch time is my easiest. Clip the beginning and the end, and I'm done. She loves porch time. Yeah, Stoney says there's no support for Power Director.
Very little support with Power Director.
Yeah, you're right, David. $60 is the best buy for Filmora. I mean, it's a lifetime, and you get all the updates. I mean, that one's almost a no-brainer. Yeah, Stony Ridge Farmer comes to the apparel table. And who are you? You don't know who I am. Yes, I do. And as soon as I told him who I was, the look on his face goes, yeah, you know who I am.
Yeah.
I got him on that one.
Yeah, I missed him completely.
You did.
They had me off in other corners doing other volunteer stuff.
David says, doesn't Filmora have a 2-screen option?
A 2-screen option? I guess no.
Got me on that one. I don't know.
I mean, there's certain when you're working on certain pieces, like this, here's a screen where you do your little changing. But no, it's not a 2-screen. You can go to a full screen.
Stoney says, I've not swallowed the pill of the Adobe thing. I think that's what most successful YouTubers are using. I think paying $50 a month sounds crazy to me. I agree with that.
Computers is how I made my livelihood for a good number of years. And I've never, ever been a fan of Adobe.
We have been using Camtasia. That's Wanda.
Yeah.
We're gradually changing to Filmora.
Yep.
I don't understand why people. What's the? I mean, I'm sure they're comfortable with it, paying $50 a month or whatever for these ungodly programs. When this stuff, you end up with pretty much the same thing.
Well, yeah. Not only do you end up pretty much with the same thing. I mean, if you're going to do 4K video, this is not the program for you. But if you're going to be producing 4K video with the size of those files and the amount of resources it's going to take to edit those, well, then you got no problem paying your $50 a month. And the people watching it on YouTube aren't going to see it that way anyway, because they're going to be watching on their phone, and there's no way their phone is going to receive a 4K file. It's all downgraded.
Davis says, oh, I see Filmora screen will record a video on a dual monitor system like I have on my laptop.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I use a discarded TV screen as a second monitor.
Yes, absolutely.
That's what he meant by
okay.
dual screen, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, that's some other features in Filmora you can do. You can record from a webcam. You can record your PC screen. You can do a voiceover. We've made videos using Filmora as a filming platform and a webcam.
Wanda, maybe Daryl needs to do a Filmora session at the gathering. What do you think? Put that in the back of your head. We talked about it last year. Angela, it's in Wiggins, Mississippi. And we have a blast.
It's at a fairgrounds in Wiggins, Mississippi.
Yes.
So there's plenty of room.
And this year, they have the entire fairgrounds, not just the building. It makes no sense for anybody. Folks don't even view in 4K. It's a waste in my book.
Absolutely.
I produce 4K videos. I have a $3,000 editing machine. 4K stops it up like toilet paper in a garden hose. I guess that's one way to say it.
Well, that's pretty much what I was saying. I wasn't being quite so explicit, but I like it.
Hammond of Texas, Homestead. Thank you for sharing this. I'm looking into getting YouTubing to keep track of my progress, but I haven't really started. I appreciate your help. Hammond of Texas, Homestead, that's exactly why a lot of not only homesteaders but other communities, other folks have started YouTubing to keep track of you know, where they started and how far they've come.
Okay, well, it's getting kind of late. We started this at 8. I usually only run it for an hour. I know there's other channels that do their weekly live shows, but it sure is nice seeing everybody in there. I'm gonna stop for just our Thrive Life commercial. I'm gonna play that one more time just so you can all see Smudge.
Well, hey folks, while that's cooking, I had to sneak in here and just tell you, if you've never had Thrive Life, just hop on over to thrivelife.com/2familyhomestead and get you some. It's doggone good. Plus, it helps the channel. Thanks.
30 Wiggins. I think we're going to meet him.
All right. So,
everybody have a wonderful evening.
yes, by all means.
We're going to go make dinner.
And we'll be back next week. Don't forget, next Monday night, we're going to have the Googler on.
Yes.
Yeah, well, this will be, I'll let it scroll on through when I get off of here. Thanks so much for being here. Our moderators in the channel, thank you so much. You always do a wonderful job. Stony Ridge, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate your time. And everybody else. Susie, I hope we helped you out. If you have any questions, give us a call or send us an email. If you got any other questions, you want to do a special topic next week, send me an email, tfamilyhomestead@gmail.com.
If anybody wants essential oils, contact Wanda at Crazy Days.
Take care, everyone. Good night.